The door lock is broken. Can you fix it? Can we fix it? Can we fix it? Can we? We can. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. Thank you so much, and welcome back. I'm Buck Weaser, and this is the channel where we put the do into do-it-yourself. So I got a door lock that's not working properly on this 2008 Honda Odyssey. Now you can use your hand to pull up and push down the lock, but it won't work with the remote clicker. It won't work with the buttons on the door. So the power lock feature is not working. The door will lock, but the power lock part is broken. Now that's not really a big deal. You can still drive the car. However, if you want to be a gentleman with chivalry and open the door for your wife after a hot date, you come over to the car to get the door open for her, you're clicking away and it will not open. The best you could do is maybe open the sliding door and reach around and lift it up. And this side, the passenger side door, doesn't have a keyhole like the driver's door does, so you're kind of stuck if you want to open the door for your woman. If you want to rescue your love life like I want to rescue mine, follow the steps that I'm going to show you today, and we're going to get this power door lock actuator replaced, and we'll be back in business. Well, this is the part we need. It's the door lock actuator. I bought it on Amazon. It was about $15. Now you can buy the genuine Honda. It's like $89. And if it were an engine component, I'd probably buy genuine Honda. But for something that's not very important to the functionality of the automobile, I wanted to save a little money because I can buy 5 or 6 of these aftermarket for the price of, you know, the genuine Honda article. So door actuator, it's just a fancy way of saying a little electric motor with a small gearbox. It turns this post. This is what locks and unlocks the door. A couple of wire terminal connections there. There's not that much to it. And installing it should not be too big of a deal. It's just that you got to tear the door apart. And that's kind of the hardest part of the job. So let's get started on that right now. Alright, I've never taken this door panel off before. Hopefully it won't be too hard. There's a variety of steps. First, here at the door handle, kind of pry out this plastic cover there in the back. That gives us access to 2 Phillips head screws in here. And I'm going to take them off. Alright, we'll try not to lose anything. Pull the handle out to access the second one. Down here, under the armrest, is another Phillips head screw. So he's coming out. This guy's longer than the ones we took out at the door handle, so you got to keep that straight. Next, we're going to try to gently pry up on the control panel here that has the lock button and the window button. And that's got a wiring harness to it. I don't have a lot of play in that, but I'm going to have to unplug that one way or another, I think. So I successfully unplugged the buttons here. It's a matter of pushing down here on this tab and then pulling it out. So we got that okay, not too bad. Now this one's tough to see, but after you pull off those controls, there's a small Phillips head right down in there. You see him right in there? Alright, that's that guy. This piece here at the top of the door by the side view mirror has to pop off, I think. All right, that's not too bad. Just move him out of the way. I think that's it for the fasteners. Now we can try to pry the door off of the panel off of the door. And we'll have to do that kind of carefully. That's kind of popped loose, now it's hanging, so we're going to lift it up. All right. Now it will be real hard to show you on the camera. We got a couple of connectors to take apart behind this door. Let's see if I can bring you over here to take a look. All right, I think you can probably see that. This green one's a wire connector. So squeeze the tabs and he comes apart. And then this is the cable for the the handle, the door opening handle, which clips back here. Real hard to show you, but all right, I think I got to take it out of this plastic clip right here, and then I'll be able to get it out. There we go. Now it falls out very easily. All right, I hope you can see that. Apologize if it's too difficult. So there's no clip to come out. It's just a matter of sliding it off of this clip, plastic clip, and then the wire pops out. So at this point, I can remove the door panel completely out of our way. Okay, now we need to carefully pull back on some of this moisture barrier. We don't have to completely remove it because we only need to get to this side of the door. So it's got this reusable adhesive on it. So we're just going to pull back as much as we need to get access to what we're doing. All right, let's leave it at that, all right? All right, perhaps I should mention that doing this job requires the window to be closed, so it's in the up position. And our next step, now that we have access, is we need to remove the right side window rail. And it's not too hard to do that. We have this bolt here, it's going to come off right here. That guy, top. Now this rail, he slides out right here. That's him. All right, so move him out of the way. We have to take the door lock mechanism out. And right here on the outside of the door are 3 Phillips head screws. And I've already loosened these before I even started this job because these can be so tight. That's a big Phillips head. I don't know what number size that is, but it's a bigger one. But I had to really lean into these and loosen them. You might want to use an impact driver or something like that because they were really tight. But I lucked out. I was able to get them. So those 3 screws, Phillips heads that hold in that door lock mechanism come off. It's great. Now, the cable here that goes up, it looks like we've got 1 Phillips head screw there. I don't think this guy has to come off. Maybe he does. We'll see. But the reality is that even though this actuator is not a big deal, you do have to do a fair amount of work to get to it. This is a bracket. Alright. Does this guy come off? Yeah, this one has to come off also. Alright, I can see before I get this mechanism out, I've got to get in there and right up there remove a disconnect that bar with that blue clip. Impossible to show it to you very well. But it's right up there, and I think I just have to slide that blue clip out of the way and the rod will pop out. So we'll definitely have to put the camera down, but that's an important step also, and our final step before we can actually pull this mechanism out of the door. I think I should be able to get this out of the door now. And there it is. All this is your whole door lock mechanism, but it's just this little actuator down here, just a little electric motor that we're going to concern ourselves with. Now you can pull this out here, it fishes through this hole. Alright, now it's completely free. We can remove it from the vehicle, go over to the workbench and swap out the actuator. So in here on the workbench, to change out the actuator, we've got to remove this plastic cover, which I fought with for a little bit, but then I realized it's 1, 2, and 3 Phillips head screws, and these were kind of hidden under these little stickers. So that threw me for a while, but we got it. After that, down here there's one more Phillips head that'll take off this bracket. After that, it's easy to swap this guy out. Alright. I don't want to take off more than I have to, but I think this bracket is holding it down here, so he does probably make it come off. That. Okay, so this actuator is not held in with any screws. It's just 2 clips that slide into here and a post that goes into this hole. And when I took the old one off, I snapped off the post, but I fished him out, and I also broke off one of the tabs. But no problem, because that's the one that's on the way out. So here's the new one. It's got the tabs, got the post, and what we just have to do is make sure that this white piece here is lined up with the opening here in the mechanism. You know, so that's part of the unlocking. So I think I got it lined up pretty good. So I'm just going to press this in to place. That's all there is to that. And I got it lined up right, so that's good. So now you can put these other pieces back on that I had taken off, and then we'll be ready to go out to the vehicle and reinstall this guy. So it's put back together. Let's go hang it on the car. Well, installation is the reverse of removal, right? So let's see what we can do. Putting this guy back in. This cable slides through a hole in the plastic. Good. Holding the plastic back. All right. This guy comes in. here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of my screws in a lock mechanism, and that'll pretty much hold it in the right spot for us while we make all those other connections and stuff. It's probably good enough. I won't tighten it down yet. Give us a little bit of flexibility there. And my recommendation is just take your time and reversing what we did to get here. Okay, that's good. Now I got to reach in and connect that bar that I showed you before, which is almost impossible to film. But I'm going to try to do it, and flashlight is helpful. Post goes in, and then you just push the clip over it. Oh, that was easy. It was easier than getting it off. All right, good. Let's go ahead and put these guys back in. Not going to torque them down too hard yet. Just get them in there. Snug them down later. All right, that's good. You know what I forgot to do and I should have done? I should have plugged my wiring harness in to our new regulator. I think I can still do it. Actuator, I should call it. I think I can still do that. They're going on, but I don't hear them clicking into place. All right, I'm finished putting, let's back up. I got the cables to connect, but I just had to use more force in inserting the harness onto the actuator. Then I put in the window track, bolts down here, and I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy. It was kind of a challenge. I realized I've got to slide the top of the track up into the other piece of track that's already in there. Once I figured that out, it went in just fine. All right, very good. So we've got it put together. Phillips head's there. I tightened these here on the door jamb. Wires connected, this cable coming across. I think we're about ready to put the door panel back on. And our moisture barrier sticks back in place pretty good. Great. So we're ready to put this guy in place. Three things we got to do as we move it into position. Connect this wire connector right here to the green. Connect this cable to the door handle mechanism and fish this cable through the hole. This is for our window and door lock controls. So let me see if I can wrestle with that, and then we'll be just about done. Okay, we plug this guy back in. Before I get ahead of myself, I've got a screw that goes down in there. I don't want to forget him. Right below here, I got another one under the armrest. Got these two back here. One. Two. Little cover plate. Perfect. Perfect. Now this guy. Excellent. Snap it down into place. That's great. All right, I think we got everything put back together. All right, focus right here on this door lock as I use the button right here. Lock it, unlock it, lock it, unlock it. Fabulous. Door closed. Lock it, yes. Unlock it, beautiful. Lock it, unlock it, love it. It's working just like it should. Well, that's it, we did it. I won't say it was easy. It had some challenges, but I'm no rocket science and I was able to get the job done, so I'm sure that you will too. And it's all back put together and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I want to thank you for watching. Your comments and questions in the discussion below are always appreciated. And if you could like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos on this vehicle and others, I would really appreciate that. Have a great day, and remember, only you can put the do into do-it-yourself. See ya. Hey babe, that sure was a hot date. Let me open the door for you.